You are watching BUTV Karachi. You are watching BUTV Karachi.
A very warm welcome to all of you in today's webinar on MS Human Resource Management and Organizational Psychology. I am 𝐏𝐫𝐴 𝐸 and I'll be your host for today's session. Thank you all for joining in as we explore the exciting and dynamic field of HRM and psychology and how an MS degree in this program can propel your career forward. Today we'll be discussing and will be providing you with a glimpse and overview of MS program offered at Bahria University. Our esteemed panelists will shed some light on the curriculum, design, career prospects and opportunities that make this MS degree program at Bahria University stand out. But that's not all. Today we have one of our alumni student with us who has walked the path that you are planning to take. So without further ado, let me introduce you to our esteemed panelist. Our first panelist is Dr. Munazza Bibi, who is working as an assistant professor in Bahria Business School. Her area of expertise spans around psychological well-being and sustainable HRM. Thank you, Dr. Munazza, for being with us today. Our second panelist is Dr. Fazilat Masood, who is working as an assistant professor at Bahria Business School. Her area of expertise spans around soft HRM skills, employee well-being and quality of life. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Fazilat. Yeah. And our alumni student, Ms. Farda Fahim, who has just joined us and recently completed her degree. We'll be exploring more from her that how was her journey at Bahria University. So let's begin our discussion with the very fundamental question, Dr. Munazza. Since it is a hybrid degree, it's a combination of human resource management and psychology. How does the interplay of both the fields is there in the organizational context?
Okay, Sobia, very important and the prime question that usually students are looking for whenever they are looking for this particular program, because we have primarily two important fields are merged into that particular program. Firstly, we have human resource management and secondly, we have organizational psychology. If we talk about human resource management, beginning from the human resource planning till the retirement, we see the human beings are involved in it and the way they are complying to different policies, different procedures, different functions, they are usually abide to follow that. On the other side, if we see the psychological point of view, that is actually focused on how to see and examine the behaviors and the psychological perspectives that are being conducted by a human being when they are particularly working in the organizational context. So it is very, very important to give a glance to the students so that those who are working in organizational context, they need to understand the social, the psychological, the emotional paradigms that are actually working in an organizational context. So that's why this program is actually give more huge crux and a glance to a particular and the prospective students so that they can get an idea how to merge both the fields and how they can come up with more efficient way to manage human beings. As usually we have listened and heard about that human beings are the most difficult beings to manage. So when we talk about the organizational context, there is a politics, there are emotional breakdowns, there are social context. So this gives an overview to the students how they were going to prepare for that particular thing when they are working in an organization, being a manager, being an employee, being a coordinator, being any role that they are playing in the organization, whether they are working in a manufacturing organization or a service sector. So this program is actually a combination of all the parameters that we are discussing about, and the students get an idea so how they can going to manage all the things with the glimpses of the psychological perspective and the human resource management. So this is a brief overview that I have given you, but why students choose this program, this is an important thing. So this program is not actually focusing on these two parameters that we have discussed earlier, but it also gives a glance how to manage people from the emotional and the psychological paradigms in terms of their behavior, in terms of how to manage their attitude. Attitude plays very, very important role. As we see the ABC of attitude, the affective side, the behavioral side, and the cognitive side. So primarily this whole degree program comprises of these three factors that actually help them to further pursue their career ahead.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Munazza, for providing such a comprehensive overview of the field. Dr. Fazilat, if I ask you that what are the key factors that students should consider, specifically prospective students, while taking up this degree?
Thank you, Sobia, for asking such an important question. I guess the very first thing is the eligibility that a student has to see before applying for a degree program, that whether that person is eligible to be enrolled into this program or not. So according to the HEC guidelines and the Bahria University's its own guidelines about the MS HRM and organizational psychology program, the very first thing that they need to see is their eligibility, whether they have completed 16 years of education from any HEC recognized higher education institute. That is a must. And in the last degree that they have obtained from whichever the institute, it has to be at least passed with 50% marks in the last degree program. Then the discipline is very important, because this is a very interesting, as Dr. Munazza just explained. It's a hybrid of two disciplines, which is the psychology from the organizational point and the HRM. So when you are applying for this program, the eligibility requires you to have at least a background of management sciences maybe, or business management, or psychology or social sciences. So you have to make sure that you have been familiarized with any of these aspects in the past. Only then you would understand the worth and the value that you can get out of this degree program when you enroll yourself into this program. Then another thing, when we go into the classroom, since we have been affiliated with this program for the last couple of years, the thing that we see in the classroom when we have discussion with our students is that their personal interest, where that lies, that is also very important. Normally we see when we are into the classroom, the students that we have, they have their normal routine of 9 to 5 and they are doing some kind of job, or maybe they are managing their own businesses. So they are somewhere on that career path in their life. So from there, where they want to take up further, that is very important, and what their personal interest is there, that these two aspects are going to help them in determining that whether they should go with this degree program or not, and what kind of value contribution this degree program is going to make. Because now when they apply for this degree program, they have already been through their graduation or undergraduation. So it's an advanced degree program, right? So that requires their own understanding of what they have achieved so far and where further they want to go on. So the value they will get from this degree program will depend on their own awareness of the personal interest that they have. Then maybe, as I said, that this is now a postgraduate degree program, an advanced level degree program. Obviously, from the student point, what they are concerned about is the quality of faculty that they will be getting in whatever the institute they apply. In our case, it is the Bahria University for which they will be applying for. So from the perspective of this degree program, over the years that we have been taking it into the practice, one thing that we can assure our students is the degree program, this degree program, and the people who are affiliated with this program, they are highly qualified. We have all the faculty who is affiliated with this program throughout the years of its completion. They all have their elite degrees that we call in our academia, which is the PhD. Right? Say they all are from home and abroad, PhD qualified in their field of expertise. They have industrial experience, they have research experience as well, which helps to bring a lot of new insights into the classroom. And one interesting thing is that when we are into the classroom, it's not like a typical monotonous classroom environment that we normally have. It's a very interactive section, because here we have experts from the field as well. On the other side, we also have people who are into the field, who are experiencing this. So it creates a very good combination of the interactive session and the takeaways that both have for each another. So that is another important point. And throughout the semester, it's not only the classroom where they can interact with their teacher, they are also available outside the classroom as well. So the outreach of the faculty for the students is also very warm welcoming. Then another important aspect from the student point is the environment that they are going to get at Bahria University. Here what we have is not only the resources and the facilities or access to these in campus, we also have off-campus facilities for our students as well. In campus, they can have access apart from their classrooms. They have a digitally equipped library. They have on shelf books available, then they have their own e-catalog of the library, they can access that there. We also have dedicated library parks available. If a student wishes to sit in a separate environment, do his or her own study, or maybe have a group discussions or some other project detail, they can get that slot and do the discussions as well. Then we also have a dedicated PGP research lab specially designed for our postgraduate students, so they can avail that facility as well. And then our PGP office, throughout the year, they put in a lot of efforts to arrange different kind of seminars, workshops. We recently had a symposium as well,
Yes.
right? So these are the interesting opportunities for the students who wish to learn and explore further in their domain, and they can interact with a lot of other experts as well if they wish to uptake from here.
Okay. Dr. Fazilat has highlighted very key aspects of the program that are being facilitated and being provided to you at Bahria University. If I can sum it up, Dr. Fazilat, first thing is that the student should be eligible for it.
Yes.
Then they should have some certain interest in that field as well, because if we can look around, many students are opting for programs that they are not very interested in. And then if we talk about that, what university can provide to them is a lot of facilities in terms of infrastructure, in terms of servicing, like how faculty can provide different type of coaching and counseling and mentoring sessions to the students if they require so. Okay, so we have taken a point of view from the faculty members. Now let's turn our attention to our alumni and ask her about her background, since it's a hybrid degree program, that what was your background earlier and what motivated you to opt for this degree?
So I have already completed my bachelor's in psychology, as the respected faculty already mentioned that it's an hybrid program. The merge of psychology and HRM itself is a big opportunity to learn and excel in these skills that can, you know, provide a lot of opportunity in future careers. So that was a more motivation for me to get hands-on experience and within this field through this study program. And basically this psychology and HRM program initiates market compatibility opportunities for us as a psychology students that can get business market experience as well. Okay. And get enrolled in this program, enhance our skills that we can apply this as well in the working sectors. Okay. As a psychologist student.
Okay, so student can from different diverse backgrounds can also apply for this program, since we have heard from Warda Fahim that she was a student of BA Psychology. Dr. Munazza, if I ask you about roadmap or what courses are being offered, since we have talked it about a lot that this is a hybrid program, so how do we balance both fields in one program?
Okay, a very important question that usually students look for, okay, what type of courses are being offered in this hybrid degree program. So primarily this program is comprised of 2 years, consisting of 4 semesters, in which we offer a mixed amalgamation of human resource management courses and psychology courses. Primarily, initially students go through the opting core courses, which is again a combination in terms of personal selection and counseling activities. On the other side, we offer organizational psychology and psychometric courses. On the other side, we move forward towards the elective courses. Then we have social and psychological development and self-development perspectives are there. Then we also offered about the context, as we already discussed, about the leadership aspect, so that we give a glimpses of both human resource management and psychology. And moreover, if students are interested to see the whole roadmap and the information about the courses, they can visit our website. They can get an idea and a glimpse about the human resource management and organizational psychology courses along with that. And moreover, this course is usually offered at evening program, as Dr. Fazilat has already highlighted that this program is primarily for those who are actually working. Okay. So when they come after their job, they can easily pursue their study, they can progress their career. So this program is actually a better good opportunity for those who are actually working, and they can pursue their careers in this particular field, which is a very very good option and opportunity for them.
Okay. डॉक्टर साहबा ने जो अभी बात की, मैं इसमें थोड़ा सा और भी हमारा जो करिकुलम डिज़ाइन और ड्यूरेशन है उसके पॉइंट से ऐड करना चाहूँगी, स्पेसिफिकली फॉर आवर स्टूडेंट्स, कि हमारे पास since we are going towards the advanced degree levels, तो यहाँ पर हमारे पास a good thing about this degree program is that it's not purely coursework based, rather we have a research as well included in this. So when they come towards the terminal years of their degree program, they will be given the opportunity to conduct research on the area of their choice, from organizational psychology, from HR, or maybe a combination of them, or whatever they come up with. And that thesis that they will work on, that is actually conducted in 2 phases. So they will have D1 and D2, which is the proposal defense, and then they have the actual research. So that is another interesting element here, since they are coming from the industry, they have the experience, then they get an add-on blended experience of the field as well. They can share their learning in terms of the research that they produce by the end of their degree program.
Wonderful. Dr. Munazza, if I ask you that what would be the financial consideration for this program, since with the upsurge of inflation and everything going around, it is very important for the students to plan out financially. So what is the fee structure for this program, and are there any scholarships available?
Yes, this is again the most important and cherry on the top question that usually students are looking for. Okay, what type of financial incentives or benefits in terms of scholarships are being offered by Bahria University? So there are multiple scholarships that are being offered to the students in terms of if they are alumni of BUKC. So they will get an additional scholarship in times of during their admission procedure. And secondly, if they are high academic achievers, they will also get a scholarship. And on the other side, if they score high during their semester, so they will get the merit scholarships. And moreover, if the students want to get a more detailed descriptions about the scholarship programs that are being offered under the umbrella of Bahria University and the Management Studies Department, they get an information from the admission department as well. And we have also some HEC related scholarships as well. So there are, and if students are suffering some financial assistance they need from our side, so there is also another option that students can opt for it. So there are multiple platforms that students can pursue this program, and Bahria is actually supporting them in terms of getting an education in a more fruitful manner, so that they cannot even hinder their interest or their career because of this financial constraints.
Okay, so Bahria University is basically providing facilitations in terms of need-based scholarship, merit-based scholarship, and if you need any further information about it, you can visit our website. One of the crucial step in the admission process, Dr. Fazilat, is the CBT, computer-based test. So if you can elaborate specifications of the test with us, it would be helpful for our prospective students.
Sure, Sobia. At Bahria University, all those students who are applying for the MS degree program, they have a choice to go with when they are applying for the entry test. They can either go with the CBT, which is held at Bahria University, or they can also pass the GAT subject. For both of the 2 tests, the requirement is at least 50% is the criteria that they have to secure at least 50% of the marks on whatever test they are attempting. If we talk about the CBT, which is held at Bahria University, it is actually the duration of the test is 2 hours. And in that, students are provided with 100 MCQs that they have to attempt, and those MCQs basically test the ability of the student in 3 areas, which is the qualitative reasoning, verbal reasoning, and their analytical reasoning.
Okay.
So this is the whole CBT.
Okay, if you want to know the details about CBT more, you can visit our website. Yes. The details are there on the website. Last but not the least question to Dr. Munazza is, what are the career prospects? Students are very concerned that once they'll get the degree, what would be the career options available for them? So what are the career paths or streamlines available for the students of MS program?
Okay, so there are multiple options available in terms of the career pursuing. If we talk about human resource management and psychological perspective, the students can work as a behavioral consultants in different organizations. In terms of when there is a recruitment process going on, they can sit in that particular panel, they can assess that how the particular interviewee is actually behaving in front of the interviewers. So there are different areas that can student hit after this degree program. One is the behavioral consultant, second one is being the organizational psychologist, because they know the psyche from that particular both perspective that we are talking about earlier, that they can hit from the human resource management perspective as well as the organizational psychological perspective. Okay? And when we talk about these two parameters, first is the behavioral consultant and second we talk about the organizational psychologist, then third, the main aim is to maintain the relationship between employer and employee. And then again, these students after graduating and after taking this degree program can work on this particular area as well. And in the beginning, as we have discussed, that students can, those who are enrolled in this program and after graduation, they can fit in multiple areas of human resource management. Particularly we're talking about the training and development aspect, in which they can train different employees on the basis of these social interaction parameters, on the basis of emotional intelligence parameters, on the basis of psychological parameters. As we all know, well-being is one of the most important component that actually affecting organizations in terms of their employees, in terms of the employer context as well. As we know, the economic situation is going very differently,
down, yeah.
So this means psychological well-being is affected, social well-being is affected, occupational well-being is affected. So these students can work on these things so that they can create an awareness and bring a more glance and a positive glance to those who want to excel in that particular organizational context, because we have to live with these constraints, but we have to go on. And these graduate students, those from this degree programs, can help them, especially the employers, from these two perspectives. First one is the human resource management side, which is actually related to the processes and the procedures and the practices that being implemented in the organization, and on the other side they can target the psychological side, which again there are three different levels that we have already discussed. So there are multiple options they can explore after this degree program.
Okay.
So there are few glimpses that I have given you, but there are more multiple options. When they get into the field, they will get more ideas about it.
Okay, so there are basically
You want to add
diverse
some sorry
हाँ,
Ms. Sophia, do you want to
point
add
मैं ऐड करना
some?
चाहूँगी। जैसे डॉक्टर साहबा ने एक्सप्लेन किया ना, डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट से है, तो उसके अंदर उनके पास विद इन दी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रहते हुए क्या रोल्स हैं। इसी तरीके से कुछ लोगों का अपना इंडिपेंडेंट ट्रेनिंग साइड इंटरेस्ट होता है। तो इफ समवन इन दिस डिग्री प्रोग्राम हु इज कमिंग इन, हु इज ऑलरेडी इन part of this degree program, if they have interest towards the training side, this degree program can help them in developing different trainings that can they can introduce into their organization to address the well-being related matters that she just discussed. These are right now most of the organizations, whether they are in the services or the manufacturing, this is kind of turning into a dilemma for the organization, that despite giving a lot of remunerations, different packages, different compensations, people are not coming up with that potential, that zeal, that passion to do their work. Why? Because they are facing these kind of different pressures from their work environment, from their personal life, from the society, and that is taking a toll on their own health. When the health of the employee is compromised, the organization is compromised, right? Okay. So they, with this degree program, they can come up with different trainings that can maybe help their employees in addressing their own anxieties, their own troubles in their own way.
Okay, we have talked a lot about the corporate side of the career options. Don't you think that there should be some academic side of it as well? Like we are preparing our graduates for the different roles. So if somebody wants to join academia after having this degree, so what should he or she do?
Yes, they have an opportunity. As Dr. Fazilat has already highlighted, training and development, mentoring, counseling, coaching. So being a teacher, we are actually playing all these roles. Okay? So this is again another option, very very well highlighted, कि students इस side पर भी इसको लेकर जा सकते हैं. ठीक है? Being a teacher, we are counseling our students, we are giving so many mentoring sessions to our student. Again, in terms of all the psychological, social and well-being के paradigms जो अभी हमने थोड़ी देर पहले डिस्कस किए हैं. ठीक है? So जैसे मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि students के पास multiple options हैं जब भी इस डिग्री प्रोग्राम को करेंगे. एंड साइकोलॉजी इसके अंदर एडेड है. सो आप इसको कभी भी सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते हर डोमेन के अंदर. तो आप जितनी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल कॉन्टेक्स्ट की बात करें, आप अगर किसी एक पर्सनल लाइफ की भी बात कर लें, तो वहाँ पे भी इसकी एग्जीक्यूशन आपको नज़र आती है. तो इसका मतलब है इस डिग्री प्रोग्राम के बाद एक जो कैंडिडेट हमारे पास निकलता है, बीइंग अ ग्रेजुएटेड फ्रॉम दिस प्रोग्राम, प्रोग्राम ना सिर्फ वो पर्सनल लाइफ को अच्छे से मैनेज कर रहा होता है, बल्कि वो अपनी प्रोफेशनल लाइफ को भी मैनेज कर रहा होता है, और वो कहीं ना कहीं एक मेंटर भी बन चुका होता है और एक अच्छा कोच भी बन चुका होता है।
वंडरफुल। Basically, MS HRM and Organizational Psychology is very well-rounded education, जो कि हमारे future leaders produce करेंगे। अच्छा, अब हम अगर दोबारा बात करें अपने alumni से, that how was your experience? We want to have a hands-on experience from you. That how was your educational journey at Bahria?
So basically, when I enrolled in this program, it was very much knowledgeable, skillful, because once I enrolled here, I experienced a lot of good knowledge, skills that can, help me out in my future career. While I was pursuing my degree, so I applied for the internship in Nepal. I did my internship there, and there was a lot of diverse students there from different business schools, LAMS, IBA, everywhere, and I was one of them because of my degree title. They say that your degree title is hybrid, and you have more skills than any other HR person, student. Okay. So this program itself is very unique, and throughout my journey I have, mashallah say, very highly qualified instructors, mentors. They guide me, they actually provide us the very good course outlines, very good course resources. Everything was there. They were very helpful. They support throughout my program. They have guided me that how I can implement my skills towards my career. Okay. Opportunities.
And what about the infrastructure?
The infrastructure was very good. The environment itself is very good. BUKC environment is excellent. I say it's well structured.
Okay. Thank you so much, Varda, for sparing time and sharing your experience with us. I think for the audience, you have got a holistic perspective from the faculty side and from an alumni student as well. This brings us towards the end of this session, and I want to thank our esteemed panelists for sparing the time and having this discussion with us, and to Ms. Varda Fahim as well, who has shared her hands-on experience, that how was her journey at Bahria University. If you have any further questions or queries, you can visit our website or reach out to our admission department. This is Sobia Murtaza signing out. Thank you, and Allah Hafiz.
You are watching BUTV Karachi.